In the previous module, we learned about some of the famous museums in India. Today, let's study about the last museum in the list, and the name of the museum is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya. It so happened that some of the influential residents of Mumbai decided to establish a museum in Mumbai. In the month of November 1905, the foundation was laid of this museum building. It was decided that the name of the museum would be Prince of Wales Museum of Western India. The name was suggested to commemorate the visit of the prince to India. After independence, much later in the year 1998, this museum was renamed as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya. Not only the antiquities that are kept in this museum, but the very building of this museum is a grade 1 heritage building. This building is built in Indo-Gothic style. This museum houses more than 50,000 antiquities, and these antiquities are divided into three categories: arts, architecture, and natural history. Next, we shift to libraries. Libraries are the storehouses of knowledge and information. The task of library is not just preserving the books, but making a book available to the reader is actually the function of the library. And for that, libraries carry out different tasks like collecting books, arranging them systematically, conserving and preserving the books, disseminating information sources. And all these activities are carried out through computerized systems. Do you know there were some very popular libraries during the ancient times as well. The famous examples of the earliest libraries in the world are the library in Alexandria, Egypt, the library at Takshashila University, and the Royal Library of Ashurbanipal, the Assyrian emperor of Mesopotamia. These are some of the libraries that were established before Common Era. The best example of a library that was established in the medieval times and which survives even today is the Saraswati Mahal Granthalaya. This Saraswati Mahal Granthalaya in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu was built in the 16th century. It was built during the times of Nayak dynasty. Then in the year 1675, Vyankoji Raje Bhosle conquered Tanjavur and established his independent rule. Vyankoji Raje Bhosle and his successors kept expanding the Saraswati Mahal Granthalaya. Sarfoji Raje Bhosle contributed the most in this expansion. Then in the year 1918, the library was renamed as the Tanjavur Maharaja Sarfoji's Saraswati Mahal Library in his honor and for his contribution. Next, archives. Actually, from the technical point of view, the management of archives is just same as the management of libraries. Preserving the documents with important content in their original condition, preparing indexes, and creating accurate systems of retrieving the document are important tasks in the management of archives. Documents from the archives are supposed to be very reliable. And because of that, archives depend a lot on computer systems. The first official archive of India was known as the Imperial Record Department, and it was established in the year 1891. There is an interesting documentary based on that will give you information about the National Archive of India.
The National Archives of India is the sentinel of the rich and vivid documentary heritage of the nation. Here, records are cared, looked after, and revered so that this recorded legacy could be handed over from generation to generation. The National Archives of India was established as the Imperial Record Department on 11th March 1891 at Calcutta. Later, in 1911, when the capital of British India was shifted to Delhi, the Imperial Record Department moved to the new capital. The present building was completed in 1926. It was designed by the famous architect Edwin Lutyens. Together with today's Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament House, North Block and the South Block, this building formed the nucleus of the new capital of India, the New Delhi. Soon after India achieved independence, the name of the department was rechristened as National Archives of India on 30th August 1947. The National Archives of India is headquartered at New Delhi with 4 regional centers at Bhopal, Jaipur, Pondicherry, and Bhubaneswar. The main functions of the National Archives are divided into 3 areas: custody, care, and consultation of records. The main holdings of the National Archives of India are the records of the government. Its regular series of official records starts from 1748 and continues in an unbroken succession. The records of the English East India Company, the British government in India, and the government of independent India all are preserved here scientifically for posterity. The National Archives has a unique collection of cartographic material that includes 42,000 manuscript maps, plans, and field books. The official series of records is aptly substantiated by the private papers of luminaries like Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Dadabhai Naroji, Sarojini Naidu, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Field Marshal K.M. Karyappa, S. Ramanujan, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar, Dr. Sampurnanand, and Purushottam Das Tandon. These papers offer insight into different phases of our freedom struggle, our scientific and technological achievements, our literary attainments, and many other aspects of our public life. The total record holding of the National Archives of India runs into over 45 linear kilometers. At the National Archives of India, one can find rare manuscripts like Shahannama, Jog Vashisht, Masnavi Gule Rangeen, Mahoba Samay, Majmaul Baharin, Akhbarnama, Akhbar-e Darbari Bahadur Shah, Iqbal Nama, Muntakhab ut Tawarikh, and many more documentary jewels. National Archives of India has further enriched its collection by acquiring over 7,500 microfilm rolls containing documentary material of Indian interest from the archival repositories located in Australia, Canada, Denmark, France, Norway, Netherlands, United Kingdom, USA, former USSR, and many other countries. The wealth of information stored in National Archives of India is shared by historians, administrators, advocates, town planners, journalists, authors, civic authority, practically people from every walk of life. National Archives is committed not only to treasure the memories of the past, it is also duty bound to lead the way for a better management of records so that the desired information is available at the right time, at the right place.
I'm sure you found it quite informative. The government of every state in India maintains independent archives. The archives of Maharashtra state government has branches in Mumbai, Kolhapur, Pune, Aurangabad, and Nagpur. There are about 5 crore more documents in Modi script related to Maratha history in the Pune branch. These documents are referred to as the Peshwa Darbar. We will stop here today, and in the next module, we'll continue with the lesson.